This is your culinary training. Now, remember my father made these whenever I was probably 3 or 4 years old. So we've had them every year around Christmas time since then. So you just want to keep stirring a little bit. As it starts to warm up, the sugar will melt and then the butter will melt. And it'll take it. You see how it's getting a little thicker and creamier as the sugar melts. So the whole purpose of boiling it is when you boil sugar, it will turn to it'll get hard. But you have to boil it long enough. So once it starts to boil all the way across the pot, you have a full boil, then you set the timer for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And after 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you put in the 1 tablespoon of the vanilla flavoring. And when you put it in, it's going to sizzle, crackle, and pop. And you stir it in real good. And then you get it off the fire at the 3 minutes and 30 seconds over here, and dump your oatmeal in and start stirring like mad. So you want to just coat your oatmeal. And the hot sugar and butter cooks the oatmeal because it's the 1 minute oats. And so that's actually how it cooks the oatmeal once you dump it into the chocolate. It sure doesn't look like very much.
It doesn't, right?
No, but we did three cups of sugar, 3 cups of oatmeal over here. That's going to swell it up. 3 cups, quarters cup of milk, and 1 stick of butter, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla flavoring once the chocolate is boiling. First thing. So we're waiting for the chocolate to start boiling. Just give it a stir every couple of minutes. Scrape down the sides. Once it starts to boil, it's going to start boiling around the outside of the pot. You want to make sure you don't set your timer until it's boiling all the way to the center. And it's a nice full boil with the chocolate. Because if you don't, whenever the sugar cools down and caramelizes, it won't be hard. If your cookies always stay soft, you didn't boil it quite long enough. And if you boil it 4 minutes, you go too long, they'll be hard for you. Never get it out of the pot. You'll never get them out of the pot and make your cookies. They'll be harden up in the pan. And then it's a real pain in the butt to try to wash all that hard chocolate and oatmeal out of the pan. Whenever it's ready to boil, I'll set the timer on here. I'll do a timer. I'll do 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the timer. And then once it starts boiling all the way to the center, then we'll push start on the timer. Now you can see that it's starting to boil, but that's not boiling good enough, Billy. It's got to be a heavy boil all the way to the edges. It's going to boil from the center out to the edges. So you got to stir it about every 1 minute. Make sure it's not sticking on the bottom. You'll see it get a little dull on top. Then when you stir it, it'll be shiny again. All right, record again. Yeah, keep her scraped down off the sides. Yep, give her a stir, so make sure it's not sticking in the bottom. It's getting close. It's almost boiling across the pot, but it's got to be a little heavier than that, because you got to make sure that it cooks the sugar enough that the sugar gets hard when it cools down, and that's how they make sugar candy, or else you'll have gooey, soft. You can put them in the refrigerator no matter what you want. 2 days, the cookies are still going to be soft if you don't let that sugar boil. That's a full boil, so hit your timer for your 3.5 minutes. Start. Yep. Oh, that's okay. Timer 3, 3, 0, and start.
Should I put the oil in there?
No, you wait till you get like 2 minutes. Okay, but don't forget to keep up stirring. Oh, you got, yeah, that's good. 1 big spoon. It doesn't matter if you fill it up and it runs over a little bit.
I saw 2 minutes go.
Wait until you're under 2 minutes and then dump that in there. But I keep stirring so you don't scorch your chocolate, because now it's real critical when it's starting to boil hard.
You can smell it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep it scraped down off your sides. Yeah, you can smell it now. It smells like that cookies, doesn't it? That Hershey chocolate.
Yeah.
Yep, try not to splash it on the sides. Scrape it down, because if you don't, it'll get hard. And we don't want it to get hard in there. It's hard to clean out, trust me. All right, now let it boil for a few seconds, and then you're going to have to stir it again. It won't take long. I wouldn't even clean that off. I just don't let it run down, though. I just let it sit for a second. It's got a good boil. 2 minutes. Okay, you can go ahead and get your big full tablespoon of vanilla flavoring, and then dump it in there. You hear it sizzle and crackle and pop, then you stir it right away, and that thins out your chocolate, and then it brings up such a good smell. Good smell. You smell that vanilla now, right? Okay. Now you remember. Here you go. You remember once we get ready now. Yeah, you're going to have to keep stirring that a little bit. Yeah. Once that's done, you're going to pull that pan off the fire, and we're going to dump this whole thing in there right away, and you're going to stir it really good, because you want to make sure you get that baby stirred up. This is probably stir it up with this, because this is nice and thick. This right here will give you a good heavy stir, something to stir with. Okay. Yep, just keep her scraped down off the side and give her some gentle stirs. All right, you're down to what, 30 seconds? $18, 20 seconds. Scrape the chocolate off of your spatula there, and then you'll be almost ready to dump your cocoa in, your oats rather, and stir. Almost. Okay, turn that off. Bring that over here. Get your spoon and stir it in like crazy. You're trying to get all those oats covered with chocolate, okay? That's the whole main part. As quick as you can get them covered with chocolate, because we got to get them out of the pan in a hurry. Stir them up good, yep. Stir them up good as you can get. Okay, they're starting to get hard. We got to hurry up and get them out of the pan, because you can't let them cool off. Okay. Alrighty, it looks like you got almost all of them covered. Let's bring it right over here on the cloth. Set it on the cloth. Get your 2 spoons and start getting out your cookies there. Get them close together now, because you're going to have a lot of cookies on there. Okay. You can scrape this cookie off this spatula here, because those are going to spread. Remember, they're going to spread out now, okay? So put your next cookies on top of your little dots, and that way you soak up your cookies.
On top of the dots?
Like where, yeah, go ahead. Just keep going fast. Like where you have the little dots dropped off there. You can keep going. Keep them close together, though. Yeah, there you go. They're going to be big cookies. You might want them a little bit smaller, so you can make sure you can get everything on here. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the pot and hold your cookies and record at the same time. Not doing a good job, am I?
Use the timer for.
Okay, there's your cookies. How many cookies did you make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 24. 2 dozen cookies.